Beneath Cappadocia, a hidden cave guards a scroll that whispers secrets lost to time. Far from sunlight, it rests in silence, its legend known only to the winds. The locals speak of a chamber that breathes, where stones seem to wait for a story. This is not a tale of kings, but of the silence that follows their fall, etched on fragile parchment. The scroll appears ordinary, yet it carries the weight of fallen empires and civilizations turned to dust. Its ink shifts in the dim light as if alive, chronicling the rise and collapse of humanity's greatest endeavors. No name marks its creation, only chillingly accurate predictions of collapse. It whispers of Babylon, Rome, and the Soviet Union, each downfall meticulously recorded. More than a relic, it is a prophecy, history unfolding as if following a script. The cave kept its secret well, guarding a truth perhaps never meant for mortal hands. Who wrote this prophecy, and why was it hidden? Its power was feared as much as respected. The scroll was not a prize for kings, but a burden, knowledge too heavy to bear. To know the future is to be imprisoned by it. To see the end is to lose hope in beginnings. Its obscurity was deliberate, a mercy to shield humanity from a destiny it could not change. The scroll transforms history into a predetermined cycle, our grand narratives mere acts in a play already written. Rome, the Ming Dynasty, the Cold War's end, all just the turning of a page. This forbidden knowledge redefines us, not masters of destiny, but subjects of it. Every throne will empty, every crown tarnish, every border fade. The scroll foretells not just the fall of empires, but the humbling of humanity itself. And as we unroll its secrets, we must ask, whose fall is written next? In 1923, two shepherds in Cappadocia stumbled into a cave seeking shelter from a storm. Their lantern revealed a hidden chamber untouched for centuries. On a simple stone pedestal lay the scroll, bound by a brittle cord that crumbled at their touch. To the shepherds it was a relic, perhaps a prayer or a deed from a lost age. Word spread quietly, reaching a traveling antiquarian who acquired it for a handful of coins. Only in his Istanbul study did he realize its true significance, a parchment of unknown material, inscribed with indecipherable symbols. The discovery was simple, a chance encounter between ordinary men and an extraordinary object. The scroll emerged not with fanfare, but with a whisper from the deep. Passed from earth to shepherd, shepherd to scholar, it drew closer to a world unprepared for its knowledge. The true story of the scroll was only beginning. The scroll's symbols were its first mystery, neither cuneiform nor hieroglyphs, but a unique, elegant script. Linguists were baffled. The language existed nowhere else. Legends grew, an ancient oracle, a watcher outside time recording fate itself. Folklore claimed the scroll glowed under the full moon, revealing secrets to those who knew how to look. The idea of a supernatural creator captured imaginations more than academic reports. People wanted to believe the future could be known, that chaos had a pattern. The glowing parchment became a mythical oracle's tool, holding the blueprint of history. The language's mystery only deepened its power. Was it a code or the tongue of a vanished civilization? The symbols refused to yield their secrets, but one thing was clear: the dates. Amidst the symbols were unmistakable numbers, dates paired with glyphs of ruin. The meaning was clear: a ledger of endings, a chronicle of collapse. The scroll listed the falls of Akkad, Babylon, Rome, the Ming Dynasty, Napoleon, and more. Each entry was precise, a silent testament to cataclysmic events. The scroll watched as dynasties rose and fell, impassive and exact. Its predictions extended into the modern era, including the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. How could an ancient document know the future? The question defied logic. The Chronicle of Shadows was not just a record, but a prophecy unfolding into the present. This raised a troubling question. Why was it not the most famous artifact on Earth? Why was it erased from history? Once the scroll's nature was understood, silence descended. Alistair Finch, the antiquarian, prepared to reveal his findings. Then his flat was burgled, the scroll and notes vanished. Other scholars who studied the scroll met misfortune strokes, ruined reputations, vanished funding. A powerful, unseen force seemed to suppress the Chronicle of Shadows. The question shifted. Who is hiding it? The suppression was too coordinated to be chance. Was it to protect humanity or to hoard the scroll's power? The silence was deliberate censorship, not absence. Hoaxes are debunked, not erased. Fakes are displayed, not stolen in the night. The effort to keep the Chronicle hidden suggests its knowledge is dangerous and real. The fate of the silent scholars warns some truths are best left buried. When the Chronicle of Shadows emerged, scholars quickly called it an elaborate hoax. They argued a skilled forger could have used old parchment, invented indecipherable symbols, and added prophetic dates after the fact. But if it was just a fake, why did the ink and parchment seem genuinely ancient? And why was it so fiercely suppressed if it was only a clever lie? Attempts to prove or disprove the scroll's authenticity met with inexplicable obstacle. Carbon dating was blocked, labs locked, and grants cancelled. Archives became black holes, documents vanished, and researchers were warned or disappeared. Dr. Aris Thorne, who got closest, vanished after chilling threats. The very efforts to suppress the scroll became the strongest evidence for its reality. Why go to such lengths for a hoax? The silence was not empty, but filled with echoes of ruined lives. As direct evidence of the Cappadocian scroll faded, historians proposed it was a copy of a much older sacred text, lost to time. This theory shifted focus from a single artifact to a tradition of hidden prophetic knowledge, passed down through generations. Some believe the Magi of ancient Persia recorded the original prophecy, safeguarding it from destruction. Priests, foreseeing disaster, hid their sacred records in remote places, including the caves of Cappadocia. The Cappadocian scroll, then, is not the source, but a vital link in a chain of ancient wisdom. The greatest mystery of the Chronicle of Shadows is not the document itself, but the silence that surrounds it. No verified translation, no scientific analysis, no digital footprint, only whispers and vanished records. This absence is a confession. The scroll's power lies not in its past, but in what it predicts beyond 1991. By hiding it, unknown custodians conceal a roadmap of what's to come. The silence is the loudest warning of all. For decades, the Chronicle of Shadows was dismissed as myth, its evidence lost and its story fading into obscurity. But in 2019, Dr. Ilara Kaya, a Turkish linguist, discovered a small, brittle parchment fragment in the Vatican secret archive. The script matched the lost scroll, a language she'd only seen in suppressed notes. It was the first physical evidence in nearly a century, a tangible link to the legend. The fragment was quickly confiscated, vanishing into the archives. Its existence proved the story was far from over and hinted at a much larger mystery. Dr. Kaya's discovery, though officially denied, sparked renewed interest among a small secret network of independent researchers who had long pursued the scroll's legend. Armed with the knowledge that more fragments might exist, they turned their attention back to the origin point, the caves of Cappadocia. If the original grotto was merely a hiding place for a single scroll, what else might be concealed within that labyrinthine geology? Using Dr. Kaya's leaked photographs as a potential key, They partnered with a sympathetic geophysicist to commission a private, clandestine ground-penetrating radar survey of the area around the original cave. The results were astounding. The satellite scans and radar readings revealed a series of anomalies deep beneath the known cave system. These were not natural formations. The data showed clear geometric patterns, straight lines, right angles, and large rectangular voids consistent with man-made chambers. It appeared the grotto where the shepherds found the scroll was merely an antechamber, a humble entrance to a much larger and more sophisticated complex buried deep within the volcanic rock. The scans suggested a hidden library or a vast storage facility, a place designed to safeguard a great deal more than just one parchment. The Chronicle of Shadows was likely not a single document, but an entire collection. This discovery recontextualized the entire legend. The original oracle or watcher was not a lonely hermit, but likely part of an entire order dedicated to recording and preserving this prophetic knowledge. The hidden chambers were their scriptorium and their vault, a fortress of history built to withstand the ravages of time and the rise and fall of the very empires they chronicled. The single scroll found in 1923 may have been left in the outer grotto intentionally. A test, a lure, or perhaps a warning to those who might stumble upon the entrance to this sacred library of fate. The real secrets were still buried, waiting in the silent dark below. The implications were tantalizing and terrifying. If an entire archive of these prophetic scrolls existed, what knowledge might it contain? Would there be scrolls dedicated to the rise of empires, not just their fall? Scrolls detailing scientific discoveries, natural disasters, or the evolution of human consciousness itself. The possibility of a complete written history of the past, present and future, all catalogued and stored beneath the Turkish soil, was a revelation of staggering proportions. The quest was no longer about finding a lost artifact. It was about uncovering a hidden civilization whose sole purpose was to watch and record the destiny of humanity. While geophysicists searched below the Earth, Dr. Kaya and her team analyzed high-resolution photos of a Vatican fragment. Frustrated by the indecipherable script, a specialist suggested using different light spectra. Simulating ultraviolet light, they saw new lines appear, hidden writing. The first number, 2049. Others stretched into the future. The prophecy hadn't ended, it continued in invisible ink. The scroll was an ongoing prophecy, its secrets hidden in plain sight. The unseen ink held the key to the future, and the race to understand it had just begun. The discovery of future dates sent shockwaves through the secret network of researchers. The prophecy was alive, but what did it predict? The glyphs were microscopic and mysterious, their meaning elusive. A Soviet file, Project Cassandra, spoke of the fall of a bear of the East and a greater collapse, the bear of the West. The Chronicle of Shadows was not unique, but part of a wider stream of prophecy surfacing across time. Its lines stretch from the ancient past through our present into a future already written. We are living in the middle of its verse, awaiting the next chapter in history's repeating pattern. In a quiet cave, a single scroll lay hidden in stone, a silent witness to centuries of ambition and decay. Its story led us through myth and conspiracy, where history bends and the future remains silent. The chronicle did not end with fallen empires, its lines stretch forward, waiting to be revealed. Now the scroll is a living question, casting doubt over our modern world. Its legacy is uncertainty, a reminder that our story may already be written, waiting in the unread lines. The greatest question is not what happened, but what happens now. Has this prophecy, locked away and fiercely guarded, secretly shaped our past? And is it quietly guiding our future right now? Imagine a clandestine group, true custodians of the Chronicle, manipulating history from the shadows. They are not mere observers, but architects, ensuring events unfold for their own gain. Our history may be a product of their design. The truth may not be buried in a cave, but woven into our daily lives, hidden in plain sight. In the end, our destiny is shaped by unseen hands for reasons we may never understand. We stand on the edge of history, peering into the mists of what is to come. The Chronicle of Shadows has recorded the rise and fall of empires, its invisible ink now pointing toward our future. The question is no longer if, but when. Is the scroll already whispering the next name in the dark? In our interconnected world, we believe we've transcended the past, but the scroll warns the higher you build, the further you have to fall. It holds the names of the fallen, waiting to add the next.